Good morning and welcome to Esperanza del Sol de Finca Amanecer. That means the hope of the sun at Sunrise Farms. And I'm very happy that my friend came here today because I believe my project will help you understand the idea of shared ownership or community ownership. The beautiful thing about InvestAPAL is you can find people with common interest, whether it's the community garden, a surf hangout, a hotel, retreat center, development property. This is a unique opportunity. I mean, Costa Rica especially has so many beautiful locations. There's a lot of people, because of the economic chaos, that are in a transition or shift. They can't develop the property themselves. They can't hire professionals to do it. So with a few other partners that are talented or motivated, you can self-develop the property and keep the equity on site and reduce the cost considerably. Finca Amanecer is a project located in Londres, near Quepos, in Costa Rica. It's the perfect climate. I don't have any glass in my windows because I don't need it. That's the number one thing. And very low taxes here. So I, as a single woman, have this 7 acres. And that's a lot for one person to handle. And I've had a vision since 1997 to create a community here. And originally, I'll just show you this. This is kind of like a standard development plan. Most people are going to come in, pay a developer, divide it up into 20 or so lots, and then you have to deal with numerous federal agencies here. The Forestry Department, the Water Department, the Development Department, the municipality, the Water Department, the Highway Department, the Electric Department, and that can easily take 2 years and $30,000 or $40,000. And they're going to require us to put in roads and power lines and transformers and stuff. And I didn't want to do that to this very special piece of property. So what I have instead is segregated off 2 lots on the street and taken essentially 6 acres of the land, and it has 500 feet of creek frontage. And what I envision here is literally a live-in botanical gardens, if you will. And what people can do is buy a share in a limited liability partnership. This 6 acres is held in a Sociedad Responsabilidad Limitada, which means, like in the States, an LLP. So a prospective member can come in and for, at this time, a $25,000 investment, they get a home site of their choice, of course first come, first serve, and membership. And they own a percentage of the whole gardens, the whole property. And they have the voting rights and they can help the property develop. The other thing is you can own your own house outright. You can pay a contractor to build it, and you can pay labor to build it, and you can buy bricks and block and build a conventional house. The other thing that I'm offering here, in addition to community ownership of the whole, with the target market being the baby boomers, though we're not age restricted, we don't limit it to age, but it's targeted to baby boomers that want an active, healthy lifestyle. I just had a friend visit from England, and when he retired, his wife said, he kind of started dying. We don't want this to happen. Retirement should be the best time of your life. You're free to do what you want to do. So with the active baby boomers in mind, you can build your own home and have your equity in your home, and it would sit on the property like a mobile home. You would have title to it as property. However, a lot of people are coming to the understanding, like the Indians, how can you own property? How can you own water? How can you own air? And a lot of people don't have heirs, or they know their kids would never want to live in a foreign country. So I have a unique, what I call, shift to the gift. If the new member decides that they would like this option, then the community provides construction expertise, all of the power tools. We've harvested a lot of bamboo on the farm, and the cost of building a house would probably go from essentially $100 a square foot down to $30 or $40 a square foot. So they would be donating their equity to the community for all of this $70 a square foot that they didn't pay out. It really is a community house. And then Jose or Juan or whoever helped build it would be here to watch the house when they were away. And me, myself, and I, if they're going to donate their equity in the house, then I would donate 80% of my equity in the land to the community. So you can see what happens by everybody shifting to the gift. The property gains in value and the equity stays here. With a conventional development, all of the equity goes off-site. It goes to all those feasibility studies, the engineers, the architects, the contractor, the guy putting in the streets. So for, let's say, between 25,000 investment in the land and another 25 to 50, you'd have a really nice house. We're building our first 2 bungalows this year, so we'll have a better cost estimate. But the idea is to give the people something that they can either live in full-time or just use it during the winter months back home. And then we would have an equity share. If they rent the house out, the big idea here is a longevity education center. We want people to learn how to live younger, longer. And the number 1 is diet. Sorry, no smokers. and then an active lifestyle. So people will be able to participate in the farm. They'll have something to do rather than just sitting at home, sitting in a rocker. If people are into what they call the healing arts profession, colonics, iridology, nutrition, you know, come on down, you found a home. And the beautiful thing is we have this community house here now, which was my home and my business, but I donated it to the community as being the first one to say shift to the gift, because I realized after selling the first share that if I kept this as mine, I already have the separation. So I voluntarily donated this house, which has got 6 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 kitchens, and a patio with all these beautiful birds and flowers, with the idea being that now we can all work together here. We can hold retreats. I've got a brand new yoga floor and sacred space. So the project is coming along little by little because I personally have been reinvesting all of the income from the business into the property. And it really fits with the idea of the InvestAPal. So you can own a piece of a whole without having to be liable for taking care of it 12 months a year, without having to be the only person hiring the contractor and dealing with you know, the language barrier. My email is actually Ask Elena, and that's because I've got 20 years of experience, and that comes with part of your investment here. And the other things that we're looking at owning communally is the swimming pool water source that we're just digging today. That can be titled between all 4 of the properties rather than just belonging to either one of them. And the other thing would be a community van. By again issuing 20 shares in a community van, each person has access to it, but without having to deal with the headaches. The number 1 problem in the States is finding a good mechanic, and that's also a problem here. And by it having a separate title, some of the other members, neighbors in the area in Londres could also invest in the van. It wouldn't have to be just members of Finca Amanecer. So I hope that gives you an overview on some of the benefits of why this is a really timely option for ownership, especially if it's your second house or your retirement house. A lot of retirees don't want to be saddled with the obligation of maintaining a property 12 months out of the year. And so here, if you build it and donate it to the community, then you've got it to enjoy when you're here, and you know that somebody else is benefiting from it when you're not here, rather than it being a liability to you. It becomes an asset to the whole. Number one need is a permaculture or biodynamics person, somebody that knows how to design and lay out. Michael, the other member, is qualified for this, but he's not living here full time now. So the majority of the gardens, and I can show you a picture, where we can start growing you know, lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, zucchini. It gets into food sovereignty. This farm has been organic, no pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, for at least 20 years now. It was an abandoned vanilla farm when I bought it, and we literally had to machete a path down the middle to find the creek. I have 5 sources of water: municipal water, rainwater, a well, a creek at the other end, and if we had to, we could go straight from Rio Naranjo. So water is a critical issue no matter where you look. Also have bus service, telephone, and internet. And in Costa Rica, that's a challenge, because once the government service provider has filled up their capacity, then you can't get internet service. They are bringing in more wireless internet as we speak now. They're putting in a new tower, but I've got hardwired with a Wi-Fi. So yeah, the gardens, it's an opportunity. There's a lot of fruit trees on the farm right now. Citrus, mangoes, avocado. Oh, if you like avocado and mango, May and June is the time to visit. Vanilla, got over 100 plants. If you're into orchids, you can come hand pollinate in April. So you just plan what you love to do. That's what we like here. What do you love to do? Because there's a lot to do. And I do use the phases of the moon for gardening, because there's both the phases of the moon and then the moon signs. So with so much work to do here, we let the stars tell us what's best to do today. But yeah, there's all sorts of gardening that we can do so that people can have healthy food, and working in conjunction with other organic farms in the area. I personally want to plant peanuts and sesame because they have a long shelf life, and then get a nut butter machine so we have something that we can sell. Yeah. And then the idea is to have retreats. There's very few places in Costa Rica where a organizer can lease a bare bones facility. So there's 6 rooms that can sleep up to like 12 people, 8 beds, 12 people, and the yoga floor, and a kitchen that could be just theirs. So many other facilities, again, they want to take all the profit. They want to sell you the already prepared meals. They want to sell you, you know, retail. And I'm saying, come on in wholesale. I want to take a vacation. You can come on in down, rent the place for a week or a month, and I'll go on vacation. And it's all self-set up. So that's the other benefit of with the shared ownership of it. People have more flexibility. They can plan their vacation because there will be other people here that love it as much as they do. There's two members now, and maybe another 20, and that would be at the high end, and that doesn't have to be right now today. I feel once we have a nucleus of 6 members, we'll have enough people for the decision making and come up with the charter and the governance and stuff like that. The other idea is, again, with the sharing, instead of having 6 washing machines and 6 refrigerators and 6 gas stoves and 6 barbecues. One of my friends built a beautiful, like a barbecue rancho with the wet bar and the refrigerator and a full kitchen and the covered barbecue. And you put one of those in the center with 6 houses clustered around it. And that's when you can have the washing machine. And so the maid can come and do your laundry on Monday and her laundry on Tuesday and his laundry on Wednesday. And again, we've all invested in one community rancho, which just makes so much better sense. And what's unique here is I'm really a big proponent in healthy eating. And by the time you do menu planning and shopping and preparing the meal and cleaning up after it, 3 meals a day takes a lot of time out of your day. So why not let that be the joy of somebody that loves cooking or shopping? And there's always somebody that just loves to clean up and just listen to the gossip as they do the dishes and stuff. And it's been proven. People live longer when they're married or in community. And the #1 reason is diet. So if we have a healthy diet and we don't smoke and we're active, you're all invited to my 105th birthday party, which will be December 23rd, 2056. Because that's our theme song, Young at Heart. And I'm planning to be here, and I'm planning to be happy and healthy. Because, oh, I have a lust for life. That's my maiden name, and that is our vision statement. It's on the board. To share a lust for life while living in harmony with neighbors and nature. And I think if you look at that big picture, that should bring a lot of joy to a lot of people. And that's our goal and our objective here. It's not about the money. It's about being able to live together happily, joyfully, and healthy, caring about each other. Okay, this is one of the other benefits of the Invest-A-Pal, and especially here. A lot of people, when they retire, they're going to go out and they're going to build this great big $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 house. For what? They don't have any heirs to leave it to when they die, and it's a space to live, but too often it's a place where they just withdraw from society because they've got a mind shift that I'm getting old and this is the last hurrah, and they put all their money into essentially a living mausoleum. So here, you know, a simple little bamboo bungalow, the temperatures here vary between, oh my God, the coldest overnight low was 68 degrees. I don't need glass in my windows. I lived in Phoenix. I was a prisoner to air conditioning all summer long. And even in Phoenix, you have to have that heater in the wintertime. So when it's hot, and I'll tell you, okay, when it breaks 90, it's hot. We have to turn on a fan or go over to the river and take river time. Take a hat and a book and a cold drink and go sit in the river for an hour. It's marvelous. You come back all refreshed and then you think about making dinner. But, and that's rare. It's been an extremely hot year this year. But what do I gain by not having air conditioning is I have a totally open house the rest of the year. And to me, that's freedom, to be able to have the doors and the windows open and Mother Nature and a breeze coming through. It's nice. So, very low electric, very low taxes, very low labor cost. And probably get you in the door in a simple little bungalow for around $50,000. Okay? Community van is extra, and your utilities you'll pay, oh, hopefully you'd be off-grid. That's what Esperanza del Sol means. If it's a small enough house, you should be able to run it on a simple solar panel, bring in a couple of the DC fans for like in a car, you know, those little air conditioning fans, and a few DC LED lights for at nighttime, and you just got your private space so you can be a hermit. The other thing that I have that, to my knowledge, no other intentional community has, is a little flag system. Because when you live in community, you still want your space. So if you put the yellow flag up with the smiley face on it, that means you're happy. Come on by, come on and visit. I'm in a good mood. If you're feeling a little blue, you just put up that light blue flag. It says, yeah, I don't want any Pollyannas coming by today. I just can't deal with that much happiness today. If you're going to be meditating and everything is okay, you just put up the white flag that says, I surrender to Spirit. It's my day off. I'm happy. Everything's fine. Don't bother me because I'm meditating. But then if they put up the red flag or something, call admin. Somebody's got a crisis, and we'll send somebody down there that can deal with crisis. You know what I'm saying? It's because we care about you. I mean, we truly, truly do care. And everybody can have their own little thing that they love to do.
I like that.
Yeah. And then literally, honestly, a black flag, whether you've had a death in the family or your favorite pet or relationship broke up. Not everybody can deal with grief. And so you just need to put that up there and say, hey, I'm dealing with something. And I've always felt this space is really good for people going through what you call grief recovery. Your friends back home will be there when somebody passes, but usually about 3 weeks after the event, the reality sets in, and people need time to deal with it. And digging in the dirt is a very good place. So yeah, if there's a grief recovery counselor out there that want to lead retreats, you found a home, man. Because I've run into numerous people that have come to Costa Rica, you know, after somebody passed, or a divorce, or a job loss, or a relationship, you know. You just want some place where you can go and gosh, meals are prepared for you. You can dig in the garden, or a yoga person, or a massage person.
And the river.
And the river, you've got the quiet time. I mean, yeah. We even have a clothing optional place on the creek for people that are the naturalists, you know. It's a little place where you can just go play Adam and Eve and have a good time. So yeah, it's a unique property, and there's no realtor that could deal with this, but through InvestaPal, you can be a part of it without having to take on the full obligation of it. So come on down, check out our little piece of paradise.